Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, happy Monday. We got lots to cover. Well, President Trump has fully endorsed Blakeman. He's a Nassau County judge executive for the New York governorship. This follows immediately upon Congresswoman Stefanik's retreat and withdrawal from the governor's race. My guess is, I know a little bit about Trump world. My guess is it's about money, polling, et cetera, et cetera. President Trump likes candidates that have a lot of money that can finance their campaigns. I think that's probably what was going on here. Stefanik says she's withdrawing to take care of her family. All right, CBS had a 60 Minutes show all lined up and ready to go. I'm sure it was attacking President Trump on his El Salvador prison transfers, but they canceled it 2 hours before 60 Minutes. Claim they're going to play it again in the future. Donald Trump Jr. gave a rip-roaring speak at Turning Point USA where he pointed out the Republican Party is really the America First Party, which it really is now, much to the chagrin of people like Rand Paul, etc. And he also had President Trump call in on his phone. But Don Jr. gave a great speech. Nicki Minaj was there, thanked everyone, praised everyone. It's a big deal. I'll bet you the left is really going berserk about Nicki Minaj showing up at Turning Point USA and praising all the young folks there. More photos of Epstein were released. There was one with Trump that they released. They apparently wanted to make sure there was no problem with the picture being released. The most embarrassing photos that got released, though, were of old Bubba swimming with Maxine and others. I mean, good old Bubba. MIT Brown killer. They're questioning what's the motive. Well, a former classmate said he was awkward, weird, angry, and pissed off all the time, all the way back in his college days. Omar, there's people in Congress wanting to expel her from Congress. She needs to be expelled from the country. If she married her brother to stay in this country, that's messed up. Speaking of Turning Point USA, Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro went at it. And, you know, Tucker Carlson is a very popular, freewheeling, independent guy. And he's come under some severe criticism for anti-Semitism, which he denies. But Shapiro and Carlson battled it out. More on that in a minute. Musk won his payday, $139 billion. Delaware court overturned. He just gets richer. And Trump spoke at the North Carolina rally where he said there's going to be no problems winning the midterms. Vivek, he kind of bothered me a little bit. You know, old Vivek went after the American heritage. Now, why? Because he's an immigrant, which is fine. Well, Vivek, just because you're an immigrant, don't you be attacking our American heritage, which is important. He acted like it's not important. Vivek better be careful because what he's going to do, you watch. It's always a mistake. He gets a little out of line with MAGA and it won't be good. It's just the way it works with candidates. Donald Trump endorsed Mike Lindell, my fellow guy, for governor of Minnesota. Kamala blaming Biden, didn't have enough Biden support. Well, depending on how you treated him, what do you expect there? Eric Swalwell hasn't had any votes since November 18th. He's missed 95 of 342 votes. Wow. But he wants to be governor of California. Turns out Nick Reiner was being treated for schizophrenia drugs. God only knows what that did to the guy. By the way, I have no sympathy for him. I don't. Zero. But it doesn't mean he wasn't messed up, too. Trump says they've sold $1 billion worth of gold cards. Good. Gas is at 2.8 gallon average. Wow. That's huge. Except in California where it's way up. Governor Newsom, unbelievable. Trump goes after the insurance CEOs. He says he wants them to pay. 40 children were saved in a rescue. Thank you. Keep saving children. Musk says, let's get rid of the filibuster. I agree 1,000%. In world news, Iran executed a Masada man, 27, architecture student, apparently did 200 missions, apparently an Israeli spy. And speaking of Gaza, and this bothers me, I tell you when I do disagree with Trump. You know, Jared Kushner is putting forth some $112 billion plan on Gaza. My question is, well, how much is that involving you, Kushner? That bothers me. It bothers me. ISIS, Syria. Trump bombed on Friday the ISIS group in Syria that killed a couple of our National Guardsmen. Pop culture, Adela Ziedler, who is the sister, that's his mom and dad, not his sister, of George Clooney, passed away from cancer. So, sorry, Nick. Nick Clooney's daughter, George Clooney's sister, not daughter, Sabrina. Elite girls' school, boarding school scandal, $79,000 a year, tuition, room and board, sexual abuse, institutional cover-up, decades of grooming. Apparently it was a history teacher, Matthew Rutledge, and 7 other former employees. Sports Without Boundaries, Steelers, wild win, ricochet, lateral, scores, came back crazy. College football games. Well, there were some good ones. Miami beat Texas A&M 10-3. Alabama came back and won their game against Oklahoma. And there were 2 bad ones. Ole Miss wiped out Tulane, and Oregon wiped out James Madison. Tulane and James Madison didn't belong there. It should have been Notre Dame and Texas, the best 12 schools. College football knew this was going to happen. Metcalf hit a fan. Apparently the fan says that he just was mocking him with his full name. He doesn't like his name. I don't know. Anthony Joshua broke Jake Paul's jaw in not 1, 2 places on the Netflix fight. Nikola Jokic passed up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most assists by a center. Your Shakespeare insult of the day, don't be a sheep-biting, impudent mumble news. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.